Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we return with the finale of Season 1 of our F1 Championship Edition Career Mode. Yes, we're back here for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Of course, if you missed out on the video that went live a few days ago from Japan, it didn't go well. Japan is, I think, the toughest track on the game, and it rained, so the AI were just ridiculously faster than me. And then we did what I tend to do on this game as well. Hit a cone, hit a wall, lost a wheel. It was not my finest outing in F1 CE, so for exactly that reason, I have decided to sign that contract with Super Aguri before they can snatch it away from me. So we will be the #1 driver throughout most of Season 2. Now, of course, obviously, if another team does come knocking, then we can try and break that contract as well, if, you know, the right opportunity comes our way. But yeah, one final race then of Season 1, and it is going down to the wire. Michael Schumacher, Fernando Alonso tied on 107 points at the top of the table. Whoever wins out of these two today will be world champion come the end of this year. I'm still looking to try and beat a couple more drivers on countback if possible. Christian Alba's there up in P18. Maybe, just maybe, if things went perfectly, we could try and score a point. Sao Paulo is one of the slightly easier tracks inside this game. Of course, if you're new, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed as well. We're trying to hit 6k subs on the channel before the end of the year. But yeah, let's do this thing. Well, I've got to admit, although the actual Sao Paulo layout really hasn't changed much in, what, like 30 odd years, I do miss kind of the old version of this circuit, if you will. For those of you that don't know, it just has a few little characteristics around here that used to make the track, you know, I felt like it had a little bit more character. Things like the pit lane entry, you know, the fact that that wall was right near the racing line, and obviously you just didn't know whether a car was going to dive in or stay out until right at the last moment. And the S's as well on the exit of Turn 1 and Turn 2, the fact the Armco barrier and the pit lane are right up next to you as well. It really, really was. You know, it still felt old school, even kind of into the mid-2010s, but heading into qualifying then, that's one way to get some temperature into the tyres. We're looking fairly good here. I'm going to be aiming to be down in the 1-minute 15s. But yeah, we were over a second quicker than E-Day in free practice, as that's what you need to do to get the best line. You've got to try and make sure that you get the kind of pit lane warning light. Oh, no. Avoid the wall. Avoid the wall. That's the one corner you got to be really, really careful of around this venue. You just nick that curb and it will spit you straight out. Well, I want to know where on earth the AI find the time to actually go for laps on this game, because the amount of times you'd have to deal with this inside this game with just AI going side by side in the middle of the road. Come on, just get on with it. Well, Heidfeld then currently fastest on the board on 114.7. I think we're on for either a high 15 or a low 16 here as we make the run back towards the start-finish line. It is going to be a 16.1, so we do go quicker than a few drivers. I think we've gone quicker than Villeneuve. Well, this lap then has felt pretty clean up to this point. Can't afford to look at how far up we are. There we go, 6/10. So as long as we can carry this back round towards the line, this is going to be a really, really good benchmark for us, actually. E-Day does a 16.7, but we are hopefully about to smash our way into the mid-1-minute 15s here. There we go, 15.7. We only go P15 though.
Posts a new qualifying time. Not bad, but not great. He'll be reasonably happy with that. Drivers
Damn it! Have we got a puncture or have we lost the wheel? Oh, I've lost the wheel! No! No. I think that's qualifying over for us. Yeah, 25 seconds left on the clock. We are down to P19 as I think Schumacher's found pace, but that is gutting.
We're here in Interlagos, 2.7 miles of tortuous and somewhat scary tarmac on the outskirts of Sao Paulo. This is the Brazilian Grand Prix. They are serious about their motorsport here in Sao Paulo. They adore their heroes like Fittipaldi, Senna, Massa and Barrichello. It's another classic circuit Interlagos, anti-clockwise, very quick, and there are several genuine overtaking opportunities. The weather is very wet here, but the forecast indicates that conditions may improve as the race goes on. On pole is Felipe Massa. Second on the grid is Michael Schumacher. Third is Juan Pablo Montoya. Fourth is Kimi Räikkönen. Row 3 in 5th place for Giancarlo Fisichella. Alongside him is Fernando Alonso. Jarno Trulli lined up in 7th. Rubens Barrichello completes row 4.
Well, Ferrari then with a front row lockout here. Michael Schumacher in prime position to try and get his 8th Formula 1 world title. But I just wonder whether Renault have overfueled the car a bit more. Obviously, that might mean they could try and go to the dry period, which Martin Brundle thinks will happen. You don't actually know what the weather's going to be like until you put fuel in the car. But luckily, I've actually gone and opted for a fair bit of fuel in the tank as well. So maybe, just maybe, the strategy could fall into our hands as well. We've just got to stay on the track. Thiago Monteiro, though, absolutely the star of the show in qualifying. P13 he lines up in, so he had a magnificent run, even in Q2, showcasing what pace that Midland has got. I genuinely don't know whether the Midland or the Super Aguri is better in this game. So if Midland offered me a contract, I got no idea whether I should accept it or not. The main reason I went with Super Aguri originally is, of course, they've got that partnership with Honda. We're trying to get the last little bit of tyre temperature that we can as we get ready to line up on the grid then one final time this first season. Admittedly, it has been a very, very short season, but we've learned a lot about this game, or remembered a lot about this game. Come on, let's just see if we can try and just survive this one and maybe after that get some points.
Only seconds to go before we're racing. You can really feel the tension. We are racing!
Let's see how everybody gets into turn 1.
Start off the grid. It's not a great start for Alonso though. There's nothing to separate them as they hurtle towards turn 1.
Well, honestly, I'm quite alright dropping to the rear of the field. What is Ide doing?
Here's Michael Schumacher. Next is Montoya.
There we go. We just navigate our way back around the outside of Christian Albers through turn 2. But, yeah, lap 1, I'm always happy just to try and stay out of trouble on this game. Like I said, there is the changeable conditions. It is meant to dry up as the afternoon goes on. I was just expecting a bit more chaos, though, off the start. And, well, we said that Suzuka, and then it all unfolded through the middle sector. Let's see whether that's the same here today, as down into last place then. It's really not ideal early on. But, you know, I'd rather that than we lose a wheel or anything else. The AI, this is always, I remember, but this is always where we were strong inside this game through the middle sector there. As we went for a move down the inside of Albers, he was trying to look for the same move on Yuji Ide. Oh, there's a little bit of contact between us, but we will get around his outside there in towards the final sector. Albers again will think about it into that final turn, so clearly not happy with the move we made, but I believe Ferrari have held on to their 1-2 at the start. One of the Renaults has done well, but that might well be Fisichella and not Alonso. Remember, between Alonso and Schumacher, it is just whoever finishes ahead will be champion.
First lap completed, the field looks like this. Massa is first. Michael Schumacher is in second. Third is Juan Pablo Montoya. Fourth is Fisichella. Alonso is fifth. He's moved up from sixth. Räikkönen sixth. He's dropped 2 places. Heidfeld is in seventh. And Trulli is eighth. He's down from seventh.
Great time through sector 1, keep it going.
I think my goal then early on in this GP is just try to wait for the dry period. I'm not going to worry about trying to go for moves or anything like that. As long as we stick close to Albers and Ide, I know once it gets dry, we will be faster.
You should have optimum grip levels now.
Of course, as soon as I say all that again, would remind you about just how quick we are through Sector 2. That is a big send on Albers, though. It is so fun when you've got the confidence on this game to go for moves. It can be so satisfying.
You're up by 0.3 seconds in the final sector.
No. Oh, just took too much curb. I knew as soon as I did it. Damn it, man. That is so silly. Just tipped it in too early. Tried to get back on the throttle and knew as soon as it kind of bounced off that curbing, we were never going to keep it in a straight line. Luckily, I do feel like even despite these wet conditions, I've got a little bit of pace over Albers and Ide. So, yeah, let's just, again, stay out of the walls. That's the important bit. Oh, we got oil down. We got oil down. That someone's broken down in this out of the Grand Prix. Don't know where the oil is through turn 1 or turn 2. We just got to try to avoid it as best as we can. There it is. Oh, that was close. As it's the Antonio Luizzi then out of the race. And he gets sent to the shadow round right in front of me. Yeah, so it's kind of now that weird thing of the circuit doesn't look wet anymore, but there's still definitely a lack of grip down. Obviously, I'm kind of hoping that some of the AI have to box early and then maybe make the wrong calls, stay on the intermediates, things like that. It does happen quite a lot inside this game. But yeah, obviously, we've got plenty of fuel still, so we can try and go to the dry period. Oh, we got another one. We got another one gone. So we've got yellows out. Oh, no, it's E-Day. Yuji Ide out of the Grand Prix as we will try to avoid the oil slick there, and a disappointing campaign for our teammate. That's quite a good thing for me though, because I don't, you know, depending on how strategy worked out, we might not have beaten him. Well, the track is continuing to dry up then, and our pace over Christian Alba's just getting a bit better.
Michael Schumacher is in second. Third is Juan Pablo Montoya.
Pretty much every other car then diving into the pit lane at the end of that lap, so I don't know whether they're all going over to the dries. I would assume so. Our team haven't mentioned anything about it though yet, so I'm a little bit nervous to try and dive in on this lap. Maybe we'll see a few drivers get a bit tripped up as well. Obviously with all the chaos going on in the pit lane, maybe it's nice as well just to see a couple of cars for a lap or two, but yeah, I'm going to extend one lap longer. Not that I think it's the right choice, but there's no way of overriding what strategy the team go with, so I don't want to get put back out on another set of inters. So let's see where we come back out then on the road. I mean, they're still all kicking up a spray. So, I'd be surprised if they are all on dries. We'll try and get a closer look at someone if possible. But we're out in P14 by the looks of it. Oh, that is too late on the brakes. Let's have a look. Oh, great. Thank you for that, Jensen Button. I get 2-second penalty for that as well. That is ridiculous. But yeah, I'm not convinced the AI are on dries yet. I think they might have just gone to another set of inters. It's definitely time to make the switch, but the other thing is, of course, the AI, they might not be able to get to the end on their set of tyres. So we are going to try and request a pit stop. Oh, I might have requested it too late. We're going to have to try and dive in anyway. This is a little bit sketchy, so you have to request far enough in advance. Oh, that's okay then. Luckily the team ready down the end of the pit lane, but I mean, look at those intermediates. They are wrecked. I think we might actually have a puncture on that front right there. But yeah, we've obviously just got to make sure that the team aren't putting us over onto dries. We won't need to put much fuel in the car, though. I cannot work out what size that is. Please say it's dries. So we'll go like that, like that. I hate it when all the options come up at the same time. There we go. 9.9, not great, but not horrendous. As, yeah, we are out on dries then, so that's good news. As that's one of the Ferraris getting ahead of me. So we are already a lap down then in this GP.
Massa is first. Michael Schumacher is in second. Fisichella third. Montoya fourth. Heidfeld is in fifth. Trulli sixth. Barrichello is seventh. And in eighth place, Alonso.
Well, we should enjoy a little bit more pace over the likes of Albers and Mark Webber towards the end. I've got no idea why the Australian, he's just had no pace all weekend. But yeah, Ferrari's still comfortably out in front. I'm not sure how we've got a lap down to them already, apart from just being slow. I didn't think they were that much faster. Well, we've taken over a second out of Albers in Sector 1. I don't want to start speaking too soon here, but maybe the AI are all still circulating on the intermediates. We're not really losing much to Michael Schumacher either, apart from in a straight line. But I've just got to be so careful I don't take him out. As here he goes, down the inside of turn 1. Yeah, we will jump out of the way there of the Michael. Oh no, we got to slow down. That was right in the way of Giancarlo Fisichella, and now I'm really blocking him. I got 10 seconds slowdown. What is that about? Oh no, Fizzy, please, just have mercy, get round me. Come on, we're really holding other people up here later on in the day, and well, I think unless Albers goes for another pit stop, we have not taken the strategy in the right direction. We've been so quick through that middle sector all day. But it's still not enough. Well, as we're just counting down the laps then towards the end of the afternoon, we're actually not that far off our qualifying time. I think we're down into the 16s pretty consistently. Like I said, I'm just hoping that maybe the AI's tyres fall off a little bit towards the end. They are going to be on some wrecked sets. But we still want to try and take 17 seconds out of Alba's. That gap has come down by about 5-6 seconds over the last few laps. But I'm about to deal with some more lap traffic as well. Well, I wish I'd been able to do that lap time in qualifying. A 1:15.3 in race trim as the fuel is burning down towards the end. So I think Heifeld, oh no, he's just dropped in behind Jenson Button here late on. I thought he might be out of the Grand Prix. I think Heifeld having a really, really good afternoon here late on. But yeah, that's a little bit of a shame then. I mean, the gap to Alba's is really coming down. Yeah, we've only got 2 more laps, including this one. I don't think we're going to go 7 seconds a lap faster. Well, about to start then the last lap of the season. Felipe Massa, just like he did IRL here in Brazil, he is set to take his first home Grand Prix victory in Formula 1. But his teammate Michael Schumacher behind him, it looks like he is going to wrap up the Formula 1 World Championship as well there. I think someone's pit late on in the day. Is that Mark Webber? That's either had some problems or is pit late on. Oh no, he's still running, yeah, between those 2 Midland cars as well. But we've got Button and Alonso closing in on me. Paul Fernando Alonso obviously dominated last year's World Championship. But Ferrari and Michael Schumacher have come back in a big way in 2006. And ultimately, the Spaniard just could not make it back-to-back world titles like he was able to IRL. At the final corner, Felipe Massa is going to win the Brazilian Grand Prix, as I apparently am picking up penalties.
For the maximum 10 points and top spot on the podium. Michael Schumacher will take 2nd place.
And in doing so, Michael Schumacher is your 2006 world champion. 8 world titles now to his name. When will the German's domination of Formula 1 come to an end there? But through the final corner, it was a bit of a sloppy race. Apparently I'm just picking up slowdown penalties on this last lap. I always said this first kind of part of a season was going to be all about remembering this game, learning what we need to do. It is P20 here in Brazil. That's a pretty sad way to end.
It's been a fascinating season with all manner of twists and turns to the story. It's been a wonderful journey for me and a real privilege to cover this season for you. With all the new rules and regulations, it's been challenging at times, but I think you'll agree, what we're seeing here is a firm indication that the good times are back for Formula 1. So, all that's left for me to say is thank you for sticking with us, and goodbye from all of us here at Sao Paulo, Brazil. We'll be back next year in the spring for another season of Formula 1 racing. Goodbye, and as always, take care.
Well, Ferrari then able to convert that pole position, that front row lockout, into P1 and P2 come the end of the afternoon. It wasn't a race of attrition though, only Ide and Luizzi that failed to see the checkered flag there. Pretty disappointed with P20 in the end, but Montero, Mark Webber, Albers joined myself 1 lap down when all is said and done. Taking a look at our championship then, as you can see, Schumacher world champion by 5 points over Alonso. We had a further 5 over Felipe Massa. Giancarlo Fisichella ahead of Raikkonen, Montoya, Button and Rubens Barrichello there, with Trulli, Schumacher, Rosberg, Heifeld, Webber and Villeneuve all with points on the board. Red Bull, Toro Rosso, Midland and Super Aguri all failing to score points come the end of the year there. Ferrari wrap up the constructors in style with a 16-point buffer over Renault. McLaren comfortably in P3. Honda comfortably 4th ahead of Toyota. Williams ahead of Sauber. And then, like I said, those 4 teams that failed to score. Thank you all so much for watching, though. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like. Get yourself subscribed. This is going to be the last video from this series, obviously, before Christmas. So I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday season. And we'll be back very soon when Formula 1 returns ready in Bahrain.